Welcome to GunnersLoversTV. Today, we are going to just go straight to the point of our discussion. First, we are going to discuss the issue between Ramsdale and David Raya, our goalkeepers. Now, if you follow the newspapers very well, you will have observed that there is a kind of rumor, gossip, anything you want to call it, going on right now. And it is that people cannot understand why our goalkeeper was substituted. Aside that, they have now made up stories of their own that suits them. They have made up stories to say that there is differences between our coach Arteta and Ramsdale. So to say, disagreement. Player-coach disagreement that is always leading to players being frustrated, want to leave the club, want to go, they are no longer interested to train. Far from it. Before I expatiate on that, the rumor is that Chelsea, who have bought the whole world and lost the soul of the club, of their club, and Bayern Munich are now, I link them together because that's what the rumors say. And don't forget, Tuchel was also former coach of Chelsea, are now looking into it that there may be a possibility that Ramsdale wants to leave Arsenal just because he did not play in the match against Everton. So my point is, why do they cry wolf where there is none? Chelsea bought virtually the whole world, spent close to 1 billion. Casido injured, Lavia injured, Nkuku injured. And even those that are even playing, they don't even know whether they are better off to be considered, just consider them injured.
Are you surprised?
Because they are not productive. You see, Sterling, who was a productive man at Man City now, because of the system being played by Pochettino, is no longer productive. You see, Mudryk, who practically hired a plane for his comfort to arrive and perform, is either coming from the bench or not being listed as those to play, or even when he plays, he's hauled out like somebody who is not relevant. So this is the rumor. Somebody who is not an Arsenal fan, these are their fears or assertions or what people are thinking might be happening. Some think, okay, because David Raya is from Spain, Arteta is from Spain, wants to put his countryman there. That's the plan all along, to bring him. We start from loan. From loan, we now make you permanent and take over Ramsdale's job. Another assertion is that people feel collectively that it will improve Ramsdale's game if he has competition, because nobody is perfect. So Ramsdale sometimes sleeps, lack of concentration when match is just going on. Like the pass that was given to back pass or so that Saka did last time, he was far from his goal post. Maybe such a situation could have been rescued. And some other leakages here and there, his position is not that good, and he could not reach the ball before he moves his steps because that goal post is very wide. So, and sometimes it gives jittery passes that everybody is now thinking, what is he doing? What is he doing? Can't you just kick it out? So because of that, Arteta must have seen something wrong there and say, okay, let's give him competition. Let's bring somebody who is confident in passing the ball. At the same time, he's a short stopper. At the same time, he can give long range passes or even short range passes. And you saw what he did with Everton. Now, the third reason why people think David Raya was brought in is because different matches need different situations. Remember, if you go through one of the videos we did beginning of the season, I said for matches like Everton, all these Bournemouth, all these Luton, Sheffield. I'm thinking, in my opinion, David Raya should be allowed to keep for all these matches. But from the look of things now, if he keeps coming in for Ramsdale and is keeping clean sheet, people will start pushing for, let him start keeping for the big games. So right now, nobody knows who's going to keep for the match against PSV in the Champions League, which is our debut to enter the Champions League. So this is the first point of our discussion today. Our second point of discussion today is a bit of good news, in the sense that it's nice to see Jurriën Timber healthy, walking smartly, dressed in his Arsenal kit to take the team photograph for the season. He was joined along with other players. Can you even see him tapping the hands of Saliba as they walk joyously towards the place where they are going to use for the photo shoot. Now, remember, he has an injury, but the way he's walking now, I am of the opinion that his recovery rate will be fast. Yes, no time frame put. People who have ACL normally will say, okay, 1 year. He is likely, the way it is going, with his strength, his mental strength, he is likely to, mental state of mind, he is likely to be an overcomer. The way he's moving, he sees it, doesn't see this as, just sees it as a hurdle to cross. So I see him getting fit by latest January. Everything going, if everything goes according to plan. So he was seen walking briskly, nicely. You know, there's no sign of saying that he was injured. If you don't have a history of what happened to him, you would think he's just like every other player who is fit. So Jurriën Timber joined the team photograph for the season, and he was looking smart and ready. The last part of this video is viewing what other clubs are going to play Champions League tomorrow are like. So we'll just pick one club, Manchester United. Manchester United right now have three problems. Problem of the coach, problem of injuries and the players, and problem of the board. So the owners, Glazers, by now they should have sold Manchester United, dusted their hand, collected their money like Toboli did. Up till now, nobody knows where the headway of that thing is going to. That affected their transfer window and the policies that they wanted, their targets that they wanted for that transfer window. Now, the second point is that their coach, his man management, is he losing the dressing room? Forget that thing you heard last time, which is the players were in support of what the coach did to Sancho, Jadon Sancho. Now, if it is true that he has support of the players, then does he have the support of the fans? Because when you start losing matches and one or two of your so-called good players, because Sancho is one of the highest earners in Manchester United, are no longer featuring due to man management, because there are ways he could have handled that Sancho's issue. He's a young man. It's not something to be taken overboard. There could have been other ways to discipline him. You don't throw away a crying baby with the bat together. You throw away the water and then you retain your baby, because that is the value. It's very valuable to you. So what he has done is he has thrown away the baby and the water, everything. Doesn't care the consequence. So he should have known better to have managed Sancho very well. Don't forget, this guy is somebody who is coming from a time where they went to allow him, they sent him to have some time to, take care of his mental health. Now he's coming back. You are throwing this kind of spanner interview out. It's not fit, it's not this, it's not that. This boy, it will trigger him. If I'm not a doctor, but I'm just assuming he won't want to receive this kind of news from his coach who's supposed to give him confidence. What he needs now is confidence after going through that kind of time, that period. So There are some things a coach should have used to just, as Africans say, rub body. Use and rub body. Not everything you react. It's not the way your body scratches you, you scratch it. Otherwise, there'll be blood coming out from your body. So that's one problem they are facing. The third one that they are facing now is that injuries. That their back five, the best players they have. Well, the butcher, Martinez, is back. But can Martinez, if you watch the match they played against Brighton, there was a particular one that Martinez was virtually the only one standing in the middle. I don't know how big he can spread himself to cover a shot that is being played or a ball that is being played by Brighton that will enter into the goal. So, at the end of the day, they have serious problems. They cannot rely on Maguire. Varane is injured. We are told at the latest now is that Wan-Bissaka is also injured. Wan-Bissaka is also injured. So how many people do they have at the back to face a rejuvenated Bayern Munich who has Harry Kane? Remember, Harry Kane was, being rumored to go to Man U one time. But the man chose to go abroad. And of course, Daniel Levy, the owner of Tottenham, will not sell to a rival. Yes. Well, we can say Tottenham is rival of Man U. I don't think Tottenham is rival to Arsenal or any other team like Liverpool or Manchester United, the City. So, Harry Kane is coming to torment Manchester United defense that is defenseless. Excuse me. That's what Brighton did. It was a defenseless Manchester United defense. Onana cannot spread himself all through the goal. So some people now are blaming Onana for not catching some of those balls. Look, when you have a porous defense, first line of defense even starts from the defensive midfielders, in my own assessment, and then drives it down to the defense itself at the back, whether you are playing a 4 or 3. Then the last line of defense is the goalkeeper. Before it gets to the goalkeeper, so many walls should have stopped those goals coming in. So Brighton just found their way, Mitoma and co, even though they have sold people like Casido, sold Trossard, sold Cucurella, sold almost everything they had that were valuable. They've sold all the things they have to get money to run their club. Yet, they can still perform at this level. So, credit to De Zerbi, the coach, because a donkey that is not well taken care of cannot carry the master's load to the market. So, that is the interpretation for Manchester United. Now, for Arsenal facing PSV, first, we must not be carried away that we are now back in Champions League, and then go overboard, do not concentrate, play to the gallery, not concentrate on the match. Aside the fact that Martinelli felt something on his hamstring, we have a replacement of Trossard. We still have Reece Nelson waiting. We also have Smith Rowe who can also play that wing. So, our match against PSV, what I must say over it is the fact that we must not be overconfident that we can have our way because it's Emirates. We must treat the match with utmost seriousness. Whether it's Daviria that is in goal or Ramsdale, everybody must play his part. I, for one, think Jesus, who did not start Everton match, should start the PSV match because PSV are not known for playing, pack the balls of Sean Dyche or carry 15 men at the back. They say you are playing football. Sean Dyche was playing rugby. So I perceive he must have played rugby in his youthful days. But that is unconfirmed. If he was a defender, he has shown it that all he learned is how to defend. Because they bought players. They sold the Iwobi to Fulham. They bought players. But still, the players were not given free hand to express themselves. Rather, they were curtailed to play. Throw to me, I throw to you, Tombo. You fire it, first to catch the ball. They practically were kicking long balls above the head of our midfielders.
What the hell was that?
So whoever we are using, and then I, for one, of course, now that Martinelli has this issue, Trossard is going to start. But Arteta must not play a false nine with Trossard. Don't try it. This is not what you tried it last time. Don't try it. Now play Trossard where he stays, and Trossard can drift to the right or middle as he did last time to be able to give us that goal when he went to tee up with Saka. You know, normally it was Ben White who normally gives to Saka from there and Odegaard. But he went there to link up with Saka to get that ball as Saka caught the ball back, you know. So please, Arteta, do the right thing. Make the proper selection. The only difference in starting, which I think you should do, is let Fabio Vieira come in as substitute and put Giorgio to play with Rice because of the North London derby coming. We will need passes like the type Fabio Vieira is giving for the North London derby. So he needs to be fresh. And Saka should not be allowed to play 90 minutes. He should not allow to play 90 minutes. Poor Resistance is there towards the end. Resistance is very reliable. He has been tried and tested. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of today's discussion. Like, share, and subscribe. If this is your first time to come to this channel, this is what we do on this platform. Do not waka past. This is GunnersLoversTV. Jesus Christ loves you. We love you so much on this channel. Hit the notification bell. The meaning of that is that as soon as we release videos, you'll be one of the first to receive these videos. We're on 470 subscribers at the moment. We're pushing it to 500. Help us share this video to your friends, and the platform will be big enough for us to spread and discuss football. Send in your comment. Tomorrow is PSV versus Arsenal. Don't forget. Make sure you are tuned to your television. Watch the match and support Arsenal from your home, or you support Arsenal by going to the stadium. I'll be supporting from home. So like, share, and subscribe. Do not walk past. This is GunnersLoversTV.